at 6 PM tonight, the first episode of the little Eunos Roadster goes live, and I'm already starting on the second because I want to get this thing on the road. It's cool as, and the sun keeps coming out for 10 minutes every couple of days, and I would like to have this car to use to get home and back in because it's just a bit of fun. And I love an MX-5, and I've been looking for one for a little while that I could sort of bring to the channel, and this one was perfect, I think. I don't know how the first episode's going to do though. I obviously do have a lovely little two-seater convertible over there. Difference being with that one is it's not very secure, it's not very waterproof, it's an older thing. That's more for a day out at a country pub, whereas I could quite happily use this every day. And getting the roof up and down on that takes a long time, whereas this is just karate chop and fold down. Anyway, at the end of the last episode, we were leaking. We had no clutch because of one of these. Equal under pressure. What a weird slogan. Anyway, this is a clutch slave cylinder, which we think is the problem with the Eunos. And there it is there, look, all very nice. So I'm going to fit this, and then it's going to be a scheme of underbody work. Welding, schultzing, fiberglassing, and just various jobs like that, just to get it back on the road. This isn't a full restoration. This is, let's get an MOT and drive down the road, which I would like to do by the end of this episode. I've ordered some service bits for this as well, so we'll get those fitted soon. Let's just take the lid off this master cylinder up here. Oh, very nice, very dirty fluid in there, so it's good that we're giving it a change. There's also a couple of things, like the washer pump doesn't work, so we need to have a little look at that and anything else that this thing needs. Now, let's get underneath, start unbolting, and then put the other one on, and then hopefully it's just a case of back bleeding it all the way up to there, and it should give us a nice clutch pedal. Right, got my pan, which I'm going to catch absolutely none of this in. That's the slave cylinder in there. I'm going to give it a load of Schultz, give it a wire brush, and we'll see if we can disconnect that pipe in one. Okay, that looks pretty good. What are all the bits falling on the floor? Okay, that's going to be easy. What do you think the chances of this thing cracking off are? Slim? None? Okay. Oh, did you hear that? Come on, a bit more. Oh, don't, just twisting the pipe. Oh, nice, I think we are undoing. We are undoing. Is that catching any brake fluid? Cool. This bolt doesn't want to turn. Oh, just a few little taps from the lump hammer is all you need. And just move that slightly out of the way there. First protocol is to see if this one is the same. This was only about 30 quid. Delivered next day as well, really impressive. Oh well, okay. So you put your little dingleberry in there, and that acts as your thing, and the layout looks perfect. I'm trying not to lose my temper, but I have just spilt about 4 grand's worth of brake fluid all over the floor. This is in, but I just can't get it bled. It's being very, very frustrating. I need about 4 hands. It's just in such an awkward place that getting the stuff in is difficult to back bleed it. So the good news is Alad's coming down shortly, so he's going to jump in and press pedals and stuff, and we'll try and do it the old-fashioned way, which should be a little bit easier. Back bleeding the clutch cylinders is usually something I've found that works really, really well to get a good clutch pedal. Doing it the other way, my cap doesn't fit the top of the clutch master cylinder. Of course it doesn't. Why would it? So yeah, it's just a case of I'll sort it. I'll let you know. I hate everything to do with hydraulics on cars, as in like hydraulic pipes and brake fluid and stuff. It's just the worst job. It's so messy as well, like everything's coated, and I didn't get any in the pan, just on the floor next to it. Why? How is that possible? That clutch job was making me sad, so I want to do something else. This battery, as it stands, would more than likely fail an MOT. I had a look, you can buy 063 conversion stuff. The cheapest one that I found was like 40 quid, and they went all up to sort of 60 quid just for essentially a couple of brackets. Now, the bottom I have really, you know, very well secured with this, this specialist battery clamp here. There is some bolt holes here. Now, my idea is to just run a bit of metal from one of those bolt holes directly across there and just sort of catch it under there, which will stop it moving that way. And it doesn't move that way anyway. So I'm just going to knock something up very, very quick and hopefully save myself 30 quid. I found this in my sort of scrap pile, and it just looks really interesting and fun. Now, it's a bit too wide. If I put that over there, it's going to short on the battery and everything will burst into flames. But it's just quite a nice little lip and stuff on it. So my plan is to sort of cut that into a strip so I can bolt it onto the back there, bend it flat, and then use this nice little bracket on the end here to sort of clamp on there. Oh no, not that one, this one. Wow, what a saving. So if I can bend that round there to go onto the earth bolts, that should do us nicely. Maybe cut these bits off as well so we don't go anywhere near the battery terminals. There we have it then, the Molesworth Industries Mazda MX-5 Eunos Roadster Miata 063 battery adjustment brackets. And yeah, it's not, the battery is now not going anywhere, which is awesome. And that cable tie is only for decoration. It doesn't need that or anything. That's just purely decoration. Right, I'm going to put all the carpet back in the boot. Aled's here. Many hands make light work. So this has now got a clutch again, which is fantastic. Still a bit near the floor, still needs a little bit of bleeding, but we've got a bid on today. So it's, as long as I can move it, that's fine for now. And we'll do some more bleeding later. Say hello, Eric. Eric's Aled's dog, not mine, but I do want one. I'm also having a big clean and tidy and organise because the parts department is a little bit messed up, and Aled is currently getting prepared to fit this, which is going to house all of my stuff that I charge for cameras and things, so I don't end up covering them in dust and ruining 300 quid's worth of brand new microphones. These are just on charge at the moment, but I've invested, look, and this should make the audio a million times better in the videos from now on. Cupboard's up, have a look at this, and we've also switched it round so the cupboard door can open this way, which is fantastic, so I can get into all of my electronics, because usually when I'm grinding and like doing things, they all go inside there and just don't want to work anymore. And now I don't have to wash the kettle every time I use it. Great! And it's got like soft close hinges on, look at that. Yeah, there you go, fantastic. Alan's just doing a bit of plumbing down there, fixing a leak, and the place is all nice and tidy again. Everything's sort of organised. Eric's in the sun. This is Enrique, or Eric, as his Anglo-Saxon name. Oh, thank you. This anal bead is his favourite toy. But not like that though. I think the best thing about this cupboard is, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on the channel, but on where all the merchandise is, there's loads of stickers that I made of all the cars, and like every year I'm going to bring out new stickers of each of the cars that I've done. So like, I'm also now going to stick them to this cupboard. For example, that's the pan hood. And there's the Mini. You can buy these all as a big sort of sticker pack as well, which is quite cool. Truck, cartoon version of the truck. There is also a real version of the truck. The first video that went big on the channel, the Vauxhall Rascal, which I will fondly remember, and hopefully one day could buy it back. Lovely Toyota MR2. Who can forget the Vanden Pla? Nice big tasty classics. For some mad reason, my face. My favourite logo, which is the start motor with the Great British flag behind it. The Daihatsu Copen, which was the first sort of proper Tower of Power episode, which we're still going to do more of, but I've just been doing other things, which is fine, isn't it? You know? The Ambassador. And the 190E, which I wish I'd kept because it was immaculate, that thing. And the real pickup truck. Nice. Another car that I genuinely wish I'd kept and sort of modified and made better. The Citroen C4 Sebastian Loeb. Great car that was. Really, really good car. I think this is the last one. Tasty Classics, orange and black logo up there in the corner. So that's it. They're all the stickers that we've got so far. Still a lot more to do, and there is a couple that are missing, like the 924 and things. But yeah, nice start. Very, very cool. I'll just bring in the MX-5 in, and that's it. We're done for the day. Should we go to the pub, Aled, for a change? Because it's Friday night, isn't it? Oh wow, it's the next day, and can you see me hidden down here? I'm all wired up. I've got a microphone on. Is that amazing? Is it working? How do I know? I'm going to have to wait until tonight and watch it back. But I've charged them up and I think they're working, and you know, I don't have to shout, which is quite good. But yeah, I guess I'll find out tonight if it's good, and if it's not, I apologise and I'll sort of work it out, and then tomorrow it'll be better. Might take me a few days just to get this right. What I do know though is it has a little windproof thing which is tickling my neck. Amazing. Right, today, listen, it's going to be a messy day, and it's going to be one of those days that I don't particularly want to shout and scream about the level of work, the quality of work that's going to be going into this, because this is a very, you know, I'm spending a lot of time on this. There's a lot of nice welding going on and making things look really, really fancy and nice. This, I'm going to fill it with bog and take it on the road. These are two very different cars. In value, I paid £500 for that one. I paid almost 6 times that for this one. And I'm going to probably put another 6 times that into it. Whereas this one, I'd like to get it on the road for as cheaply and as quickly as possible, which means lots of delicious MOT patches. So the first thing I need to do is get this thing up in the air, start scraping off a load of stuff, and then working out what I've got to do. And I would love to be able to, it's Saturday today, I would love to get all of the underneath this car done today. Impossible? Quite possibly. But let's find out. I do always like to start a day though with an easy job, just to sort of slowly ease yourself into the morning, you know. You don't want to jump straight into a needle gun at 4,000 RPM, do you? Why isn't this going on? What have I done wrong? Why is it being like this? Oh, fantastic. Hit 40,000 subscribers overnight as well. Thanks very much. And if you do like this sort of stuff and you haven't subscribed yet, if you do, it will give me the inspiration to do more of it, you know. So we have that, but we have no washer jets. That's fine. It's probably just a pump or something. You can stop now. It's probably just a pump or something. I'll get one ordered. Right, let's lift this thing up in the air and go from there. Okay. Why? Are you on something solid? Debatable. Oh, my hat's come off. How am I going to get the leg under there? Bollocks. Oh, is the handbrake on? This car is definitely going to fall off this ramp today. Okay. Make good content though, wouldn't it? First job to do is to crack open a can of ice cold Red Bull. Ah, really lights a fire under your arse first thing in the morning. I'm still not sponsored by them though. How do I make that happen? I could have a Red Bull sticker on the wall or something. Don't know. Wheels off. Then I'm going to take the mud flaps off the wheel arches that have still got them. And then these little plastic things I'm going to take off. Now, I've worked on a lot of MX-5s. I've taken the microphone off, by the way, because it's going to get dirty. And just in case the audio was wrong, and I just wanted to test it, you know. Anyway, fixings, Japanese car fixings in general, they do get a bit snappy, they do get a bit rusty. So I'm probably going to swear a few times soon, but I'm going to attempt to get better access to the wheel arches and see what things look like. And then I'm going to wire brush them and coat them in a thick layer of this and hope the MOT tester doesn't stab a screwdriver through them. While that's all soaking in, here's another massive top tip when doing a let's get this car back on the road with the least amount of effort as possible. Don't go chasing waterfalls, right? See, this is all the way up here and everything's great. Over there, fantastic. Don't start poking around. Just do the least amount you can, you know? So I'm just going to take these off, peel it back. Don't start looking in places that you're going to, you know, up here and stuff, that you're going to find things that you don't want to find. And then like all this, just, you know, bit of a scrape it all back. That's fine under there. This is all just surface rust. So just, you know, scrape it all back, put a can of Schultz on it and forget about it, because, you know, it's just what you're going to do. Like, just, you know, just take it easy is what I'm saying, because you could be there for the rest of your life. And I lost one of my close friends to a Mazda MX-5 restoration. He's not had a project car on the road for sort of 10 years. He just drives around in his daily BMW, and he's just not, it's no fun anymore because he's just doing rust. I'm genuinely astounded. Every single nut and bolt and plastic clip for all the wheel arch linings, everything. They've all perfectly undone, like a brand new car. Oh look, there's the washer pump. Maybe we should test it for voltage and stuff while we're here. Maybe not. So what are we dealing with? Well, brake pipes and stuff do look nice. They're just a bit dirty. I need to give everything a nice wire brush and stuff, you know, and just a bit of a coat of things, and hopefully they'll go through. Here, I mean, again, it is a bit crusty, but behind it is all very solid. Yeah, it's solid behind it, I think. I'm going to give it a good scrape back and an air thing, and just, I'm going to clean it up and show you after, and then you can see what it's like before we cover all of that rust in a thick layer of Schultz, which is exactly what we're going to do. It's looking good, you know, realistically, for what it is. It's not looking good in any other way, but for what it is, it's looking good. What I'm planning on doing with this is I'm just going to give it a good fiberglass filler and just make it look all nice. I've ordered some red paint, so we'll just cut all that back, zinc prime it, put it on, and it'll last anywhere between, I don't know, 6 to 12 minutes, which is fine, isn't it? The sound of bird song in a summer's afternoon, waves lapping on a beach, the sound of children's laughter, all some of the most beautiful noises in the world. And then you've got a needle gun at 20,000 RPM. Possibly one of the most awful noises in the world. Allow me to demonstrate. But if you want to get the rust off your inner arches and all your metal bits quite quickly, like subframes and stuff, get yourself one of these. Makes it ready for Schultzing very, very quickly. You get the idea. Okay, I need to do that to every arch and underneath the car, and then weld it all up and spray it all up. As you can see, after about 10 minutes work, this arch is like brand new, kind of. We do have a dripping brake pipe though. I disturbed it and it bled. So I'm just going to let that bleed out, and I'm going to continue what I was doing today, and we're going to solve that another day, which is fine. But yeah, this one's good enough for me for now. That all looks nice and solid. That's the main area, and it is nice and solid. It's not underneath, but it is there. So I'm going to do that to every arch now. This side of the car was a million times better. Much, much, much cleaner. I've just given it a quick sort of blast over. It didn't really need it anyway. I mean, everything was pretty solid. So I've just, yeah, it's just had a few speckles. Anyway, look at this. How annoying is that? I'm sure it wasn't like that the other day. It must have just happened as well. Snap coil spring. So I'm going to have to get one of those on order. What a pain. Anyway, this one's done. On to the next. The needle gun of truth has found some holes. So in here, this bit, great, fantastic, you know, everything else, brake pipe stuff, lovely. This bit though, not supposed to be like this. These panels you can buy, which is great, if I sort of had the time and patience and all that sort of stuff to cut this one out properly and put new one on. Anyway, I'm going to do what any self-respecting Mazda MX-5 owner should do, and just put plates over them. So I'm going to grind all this back, and I'm going to do this one now before I get started on the stuff underneath, I'm just going to do this. Put a plate across there and a plate on there, and that should be all nice. And then under there, we'll worry about when we get under there. Some of the most disgusting welding I've ever done in my life, but I mean, it's super solid everywhere now, so that's great, isn't it? And if you're not making elephant's feet at the, you know, on a Saturday on an MX-5 in order to send it round a roundabout, what are you doing with your life? Okay, so this inside here is pretty much done. I've just got to attack these with some of that liquid metal that you just mold across. That'd be nice. And then yeah, everything else is going to be all tidy under here, and we'll give it a Schultz. Okay, I've lifted the car up. I'm just waiting for that welding to dry. The sills on the outside are really nice, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a Scotch-Brite and a paint and stuff afterwards, and I'm going to give all this a Schultz, as I said, when that welding has dried. And yeah, underneath here we've got some lights. There we go. Not loads to see. I mean, I'm not that bothered about doing anything with this. If, you know, if it rusts, doesn't it? It's you know, I'm just gonna, if I can get a few years out of this, great. What else have we got? Look at this diff. Is it an LSD like Rob said? Don't know. Yeah, a little bit of Schultz maybe, if I can be bothered. Don't know. Can't see anything that desperately needs it. Under here though, this is where it gets interesting. I have to do a plate over that. If you can see it there, I have to do a plate over that. Because it's a little bit crunchy. There's quite a lot of flaking underseal under here as well, so it'd be worth just getting a scraper and just trying to scrape some of the big bits off and then reapply. Over here, obviously, with my fantastic welding, ignore that bit up there, that's not, it's fine. With this bit, I've got a nice bit of metal there now to weld to. Ignore that bit inside there, we don't need to see that. If the MOC man can't get his screwdriver into it, he can't fail it, can he? So I'm just gonna, I think, just do a curved plate, put it around there, and then another little one on the end, and then that's as good as new. And yeah, we'll give this bit of sand down, and hopefully he won't be able to get his screwdriver through any of that. Scrape a bit of this flaking off. Under here, the subframe's battered, and I'd love to just do a real nice load of Schultz on this. Is that clean? Yeah, that's not leaking, is it? Yeah, and what's this wet? Why wet? I think it's coming from that brake pipe, isn't it? Is it? What are you? How can I understand you? Don't know what that is. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Anyway, yeah, so I won't mind getting a bit of a wire brush on the go underneath here and giving that and all these a real nice coating of Schultz before it goes for an MOT. And then welding over here wise, we've got some plates to do, and I think, again, don't know, under here we might be all right with just a, or is that a hole? What have we got? Yeah, we've got a little hole there, so we'll have to do a bit on that as well. But everything else, yeah, bit of a scrape. It's a dirty job this, don't like it. Can we do something else? Have you got any other games? Although there is supposed to be a hole there. Interesting. Okay. Right then, I mean, yeah, I'm not showing much of this because it is a dirty job and I just want to get it done. And you've seen me do it all before. Brake pipes good, aren't they, at the back? Everything else is nice. Right, okay, I'll see you in a bit. Do you want to see some extremely high quality welding? Well, this isn't that, but I'm sure you can find somewhere in some literature or something. Anyway, it's nice, solid, you know. We're one piece again, and you know, it took an hour or so as opposed to buying loads of parts and waiting forever for everything. That bit there, I'm just going to get now. I'm just going to do it now. There's a couple of little holes there. I'm just going to do those separately. So bear with me on that. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. Right, so what's next then? Yeah, I scraped a lot of this back as well, and no holes so far. So let's just hope for the best. And I've got this side to do now. I think I've got a heavy metal disease. Why is that still smoking so much? Stop being on fire. Okay, I think I've stopped it burning to the ground. Yeah, it's like 6 o'clock and I'm done. All the welding on this Mazda MX-5 Eunos Roadster Miata is welded. It's, you know, it's not going to win any beauty pageants, but once I've ground them back, covered them in a bit of seam sealer and given it a lick of Schultz, you know, we'll be well on our way, won't we? But yeah, that was a ball ache, but I'm very pleased that it's done, because I'm absolutely covered in burns and stuff, and I really kind of just wanted to get this horrible dirty job, I mean, look at the state of everything, done in one day. That would be really, really nice. And then next time I come in, I can have a big tidy up and just concentrate on sanding stuff back, grinding stuff back, giving everything a nice coat of Schultz and making it all look pretty. But the hard work has been done. Sorry I didn't film much of that, but it was really important that I just sort of got that done. And you know, I'll cover welding a lot more in those videos, but this one, let's just get this thing on the road, you know. Anyway, Saturday, I'm going to go and drink 15 pints of San Miguel. Bye. It's Monday morning and I'm just at it, you know, doing well. And listen, I know what you're thinking. I know I haven't, this is the same car. I haven't just replaced it with a brand new one overnight, you know, like camera trickery. This is the same car. And yeah, it's got a load of Schultz in it. I'm noticing little bits that I'm gonna have to hit with the Schultz, but I've got a bit left over. But yeah, I mean, it's good enough for me. Hopefully it's good enough for the MOT tester, but I guess we will find out. Got a few more jobs to do before it goes down there though. Looking half decent. You know, it's just like, this is just a quick MOT, get it down the road, happiest of days. I need to do the arches. make them look nice because the paint has arrived. So I'm going to button a few things up under here and then crack on with that. Should have probably done this with the roof up on the car as well, but I don't know, needs an interior sort of proper clean anyway. I'm just taking the sort of bulk of this weld off of here, and then I'm going to put another skimmer filler over it, primer, paint. We're not going for anything crazy, we're just going for it looking better than it was. Have you seen those people that carve things with chainsaws? Those artists? I feel like I'm like the car version of that. And this is my chainsaw. Is that the right amount? I don't know. I've used that amount for about 30 years, so maybe 26 years. Always seemed to work. I always struggle with fillering when the camera's on me. When the camera's not on, it's like second nature. But when the camera's rolling, there we go, so I'm going to wait for that to dry. Bit on this side as well. Yeah, just got to wait for it to dry now, and then we're going to do you know, like a smart repair. This is what I'm calling a sharp repair. I'm going to put the front back together now because I don't need to do any more work under there, so we'll get the front buttoned up and hopefully that'll dry once I've done that. This side's buttoned up, and the mud flap that I found in the passenger seat is on the car. Very nice. And a very similar story around here. Now, these wheels are nice and original and, you know, lovely. The car's got a lot of sort of, you know, spoilery bits on and stuff, and I wouldn't mind. I've been considering, because that spring was cracked over the weekend, I was thinking, should I just get a set of coilovers for it? Because they're not expensive and will just change a lot, but time-wise, I don't think I've got that available. But then I thought, well, maybe another day I could put coilovers on it, and because these wheels need a refurb, they're very badly pitted and stuff, and they're not very nice, maybe I could change them and put some alloy wheels on it, you know, of like aftermarket jobs. I don't know what I'd like. I like the old NKs, I think they're really cool, but they are a bit done to death, but I still really like them. Let me know if you know your wheels. Give me a suggestion, something. Just tell me what wheel you think, and I'll Google a picture of it and I'll have a look. Because, like, yeah, I'm not sure. I've been out of the game of alloy wheels for a little while, so don't know what's available now, but I would like a suggestion on what would look good on this MX-5, and I might splurge out in the future. Put some wheels on it, some coilovers. It's got nice exhaust and stuff. Yeah, you could do it, couldn't you, you know? That filler is still a little bit soft, so I'm just gonna concentrate on getting this brake pipe out. Fingers crossed, it's gonna be straightforward. Knowing me though, and my fantastic luck with cars, it will be anything but. Oh, come on. Oh. I don't think plus gas is going to help. It's had brake fluid leaking on it for an entire weekend. That should have cleaned it up. Oh, oh, it moved. Oh, it moved. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Come on. I think it's twisting the pipe, but who cares, man? No, it's not actually. That's great news. Come on. Don't know how easy it's going to be. The reservoir's on the same side as this, so it should be straightforward to do. There we have it, the little cherub. Let's get a new one of those made. So it's like, is it one of those? So these are for the back or the other side. Where's the one that goes down to there? Is it that one? Oh, that one feels loose. Why is it that one? Why does it go all the way over? Oh, it goes to the ABS thing, doesn't it? Oh, what a pain. Although, is that the right one? Yeah, I mean that's super loose, so it's got to be the right one. Okay, so that goes around there and it clips on there. There's so many clips. Oh my god, and it goes all the way around there. Okay. I'm gonna have to unbolt this, I feel, to get it out of the way. Makes sense, doesn't it? I think it's an 8, not a... oh no, it's a 10. Nice, okay. I don't know what that is anyway. Is that the... yeah, it's the miscellaneous aircon pipeline. Should we just delete it? What do you think? Everything else is deleted, isn't it? I'm not going to be reinstating the aircon ever. Sadly, just too much of it missing. If it was only a couple of little bits missing, then I would, but I'm not going to. Another nice mod that I could do on the car is to get rid of the pump and put a smaller belt on it as well, giving an extra 500 horsepower. So I might do that. This is why nobody's deleted it, because it's an absolute bastard to get off. Use a bigger one. Oh my god, you're just a plastic clip, come on! It is going to be nice not to have a sort of pipe just flying around under the bonnet as well. I feel like that's a good thing. Cool. This is my favourite new spanner set I bought recently. I love it, it's so good at everything. Where's the machine? Oh, that's one piece. Ah, and that's the other bit. Nice. I'll keep these just in case I ever decide to reinstate it. Which I'm definitely not going to do. Okay then, what was it we were actually doing over here? Was it this brake pipe? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? So that goes round there and it's attached in there. Now if I keep this in sort of good nick, this brake pipe, I might be able to just reuse the whole thing and just reflare the end and make a little bridging bit, which would be a lot easier because I don't have to bend all this. It can stay all nice and we'll use the original pipe. I think it's that one we're taking off, which is pretty awesome. Oh. That one, not needed anymore, I've decided. So, which one are we doing again? This one, which goes round here and goes up to this one here. Cool. Oh, perfection. Nice, nice. Right, now let's try and get this thing out of here in one piece. Easier said than done. Right, it's got to come up from there first, I think. It's okay, it's fine. You can, there's so many things in the way. Oh God, I fucking hate brake pipes. I'd rather do anything else on a car, honestly, than fucking about with brake pipes. Excuse my French. I'm going to go for moles of special in a minute. I'm going to cut it there and we'll make one that just does that. Okay. Oh! Okay. Stupid bloody thing. Shut up. Just give it a cheeky little bend. No one will notice. Oh, so hard. This is the brake pipe in question. As you can see, this bit's sad. So all this bit though is very nice and it's the right shape-ish. So what I'm going to do, I think, is potentially cut it here, you know, and sort of make that bit myself, but a bit easier to get into the car. Or I could cut it there. That's probably a bit rough to take all this plastic off, which is probably melted onto it. I think that's fine. Let's do it there. And then I can tighten that up on the car, you see, and make it a lot easier. A lot easier. Okay, cool. Wearing one of the old school caps today as well. What do you think? Just because all the other ones were really, really dirty after the last couple of weeks. So I thought I'd wear this one. Quite like it. It's cool. All available to buy from the merchandise store. Exciting news as well. I've got something fun as hell, planned for 50,000 subscribers, which someone suggested, a guy called Craig suggested on Facebook. And I had already had a little bit of a want to do that before he suggested it, but as soon as he suggested that, I was like, right, okay. Let's do it. It involves the stickers, and if you ever collected football stickers, then it's going to be along those vibes. So the plan is to connect my two pieces with this kind of union, which is, this will go on here, and it's just like a little socket. This will go in the middle, which is a two-way thing. The other side will have a socket, and they'll just sort of go together like that, and we'll be able to screw them up. Works really well. Operation 1. Okay, Operation 2. Little knife thing on the end of this machine here, just to hopefully clean all that up inside there. I think with enough brute force it should work. But yeah, it's definitely a steel brake pipe as opposed to a copper one. You can see. Flare looks okay though, but not, probably not the best. Anyway, let's see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll take it all off again and do it again. Okay, so we need to make one that big-ish. Here's some pipe I had in stock, so it's got to be roughly, I don't know, let's call it sort of that big. Just dig these holes out. One. Two. Wrong one again, I always undo that one. Yeah, that one's much better than the old copper. It's softer. Right, so that can happily be screwed onto that one. And I need to go and find one of those in my unions. I think the problem with doing brake pipes is it's just so time consuming. Imagine if you had to do this for, I mean, obviously for you guys, this is all sped up because you're only seeing sweet action. But imagine you had like a whole car to do. Be there forever. Okay. I can see a big chunk of stuff in there. Get out. Cool. Right then. I'm gonna struggle, put this back on the car, and I'll show you. It's all in. That side's all sort of buttoned up. Down there's a bit of light for you. How about that? Yeah, very, very nice, lovely job. Hopefully that will seal. I'm going to spray some stuff on these bleed nipples there, and hopefully they'll undo as well, and we can bleed the thing. I'm feeling so productive. I'm just ready to get this thing on the road, you know? And that means before I go topside to do all the brake stuff, let's get this oil drain so I can fill it up when I get up there. Oh, nice. This is the right bolt, isn't it? Oh, that is well used oil. That is due a change. Nice, very nice. Where's the oil filter on MX-5s? Does anybody know? Is it accessible? Hello? Oil filter. Is it upstairs maybe? Do they have oil filters, these cars? Do they need them? How very strange. That's the new one there. It's only a tidgy little thing. But I can't see it. We'll have a look upstairs. Look at that primordial soup there, full of metal bits and flakes and bad stuff. Bad juju. It's all right though, you know. You need to change the oil on these if you want to, you know, keep it at a sustained 6,000 RPM round a roundabout. You need to do that work. Oh, there's a bit of rust on that chassis like that. Let's pretend we didn't see that. Up there as well. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Do you reckon this is going to pass its MOT, or do you reckon we're going to have a load of stuff to do afterwards? I've got 530 going in this, which is new and exciting, isn't it? Oh, is that the oil filter there? I just spotted it. Is that it? Oh yeah, it is. Oh, nice and hand tight as well. What a dream! Whoever put that on, well done. Top marks. Ah, ta-da! Oh, very well done. Very pleased with the previous servicer. There we go. Just put a bit of oil on that. Very good of them, honestly. Where did it go? Down here? Oh, get my fat hand in there. Ow. That's caught in something. I'm on. Nice. Oh, easiest oil filter ever. Okay, let's put some of this 530 in. Whoops. My pressure bleeder is definitely not going to fit on that as well. It's like 1 in every 50 cars that pressure bleeder fits on. It's like people who design these things have never worked on cars. It's bizarre. If I was to design that, I would go, right, in the packaging, we would include X, Y, and Z different caps. But no, you can buy other ones online, you can do other bits. I've got one over there that clamps on to it from underneath, but it's shite. My nipples are really tight, and this one is being a right. It's just not doing what I want it to do. And it's threatening to round as well. Which is frustrating. I'm gonna try a little bit of heat on it maybe. Oh, that's just rounded, doesn't it? I thought it'd come off, but it's just rounded. Oh, come on, sir, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, we're out. Come on, heat saves the day again. We are out. Is that going to be red hot? I better not touch it. Done all the bleed nipples. They're all open and free flowing. I'm now going to attempt to connect my easy bleeder, which the name should be changed to difficult bleeder. Okay. Right, if this even remotely attempts to make a seal first time, I've not over tightened it, I've not done anything, they're just shite. But is it going to work now? Let's find out. What was leaking? You can see fluid going in, air must be escaping somewhere. And there it goes, pouring out the side. I used one of these with a bit of success last time, so let's see if I can replicate that success maybe. No, now it's all coming out the back, which I'm not going to be able to get onto, am I? Oh yeah, maybe. It's just brake fluid, just pouring out everywhere, because once you start, you can't stop. I hate this thing. I want a vacuum bleeder, like one that I can just connect to my air compressor and move on with my life. They're expensive for a good one. Right, now that's just pouring out the front. about that. Is it pouring out anywhere? Okay, it's holding. See if I can get to 10 psi without it killing itself. Cool, I'm at over 10 psi and this one is now bleeding itself, which it shouldn't be. Oh yeah, flowing out there nicely. This could be working. So that is clear fluid flowing out of there with no air in it so far, which is really good. Just filling that bottle up gently. You know, this thing does work, but at what cost, you know? I mean, it's just so messy and covered in brake fluid and everything down there. Loads of brake cleaner to clean it all up, just not nice, is it? Not ideal. We still got pressure, yes we have. So I've kind of done everything mechanical apart from the two bits at the front that I need parts for, the washer pump and the coil spring, which I'm hoping I can get today or tomorrow morning. Now I'm gonna get sort of stuck in to sanding these bits down by hand nicely. I'm gonna put some tunes on and I'm just gonna do a couple of nice arch repairs. So yeah, let's cue those tunes.
Born over a fault line, bad teeth and worse habits, high heels in a trailer. If you want it, you should have it. Cracking like a glacier. Any semblance of restraint. Simple observations of a tired out complaint. I get in my own way. 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 Amplifier washes, glass up in the sand, panning through the static for the sound of the fan. Underneath the bleachers, on the fringes of the game, chanting combinations of some tired out complaints. I get in my own way. 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 Lucians fill the picture. Gossip magazines, holes in both my sneakers. I'm the last one off the train. Pulled by the horizon, by the burning yellow flame, wanting for an answer to this tired out complaint. I get in my own way. 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 I get in my own way.
This truly is a masterclass at throwing an old MX-5 back on the road as fast as possible and as cheaply as possible. I'm going to try and get all the expenses worked out on this car, and I think you'll be surprised at how much it's going to cost to get back on the road, providing we don't find any crazy things with the MOT. But so far, so good. These arches have come up nicely. Just going to do a few coats of this red on them. I've also done some bits on the mud flaps and stuff just to tidy them up, and on the front number plates around. It's going to look nice. It's going to be really good. Nice little car. I've pulled the old washer pump out as well, if you can see that. Yeah, so that's all out, and I've got another one on its way tomorrow. I don't know if this one's definitely broken, but I have got another one. There was a load of gunk in there, so maybe that was that. What else? Oh yeah, the coil spring, we've got one on its way. So tomorrow it's a case of that and the coil spring, and then check anything else over that we think might need it, and then we can run it down to an MOT on the road. First time in a long time. Do you think it'll be all right? Yeah, it'll be fine. Fine. Don't have to worry about overspray or anything, because A, the car's covered in crap, and B, the whole thing is going to get a nice buff on Wednesday. So we'll sort of feather them in with this and then the buffer, and you'll still be able to tell that it's had a rattle can arch repair, but it's not going to be that noticeable, and it's going to look good. I've been using the little Spitfire for the last few days, last week really, just while I've been doing this, and I've not been able to get the roof down once. Oh no, I think maybe once for a short, brief period. Weather, crazy. We are approaching the finish line with this, aren't we? We're getting very, very close, and I cannot wait to give the place a proper tidy. I've got to do the spring, and I've got to do the washer pump, so I'm going to do a little bit of work on those now, get that one stripped down. I've got to finish off back arches and the black bit on the side, and just make it look all nice, give it a wipe down again. I've also got a couple of little things like I might need to do, which is headlights, and if I've got time, I mean, how cool are they? Absolutely gorgeous little things. These are the speakers for the headrest in the car, which when I put the tunes on the other day, it was like blown, so I'm going to replace them. They weren't expensive, so why not? Anyway, we better crack on then. I've just tested this, and I think it does actually work. It was probably just full of absolute gunk from inside there, so I'm going to put it back together and we're going to see how it performs. I've actually got some screen wash here, and I think using this stuff stops all that sort of like mildewy, gunky stuff. So it is important to use instead of just using water, I think. Okay, can you see the washer jets? What a lovely noise that's now making. Oh, come on. Oh, yes. Oh, it worked for a brief second and then stopped. Is it full of gunk? We're going to have to do some airline stuff, I wonder. Come on, little Mazda. This thing is still full of like jellied eels, and sorry about the light, but the bloody camera's just decided to, the light's just decided to die on the camera. Anyway, gloopy. Oh, oh God! I thought I got all this out, but it's just. It's full of this stuff, whatever this is. Tadpoles. Is it tadpoles? No wonder it didn't want to drain properly and spray properly and stuff. Oh, keeps plopping. Just never ends. Might boil the kettle and put some hot water through it, see if I can melt it all out. I'm just making an awful mess running a few soapy kettles through here because it's just full of crap. But it's doing the tricks, working absolute wonders. So while I'm waiting for the next kettle to boil, I thought I'd look at this headlight because it was very dim compared to the other. So I think we just need to put a couple of new bulbs in. Much happier. Look at the smile on its face. 2 bright lights. That is surely an MOT pass. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, still no work. I'm worried that it's sucked all that gunge up into the motor and the pipes, and it's all just clogged fast. A lot of gunk just flew out of that. There's a lot of muck coming out of there. I think we've almost brought one back to life. Right, that's one brought back to life nicely. I mean, that's a pass there because it's doing the other side as well. But that one, let's make it work. I've got to be honest, I think this is the most disgusting my floor has actually ever been, which is probably quite impressive. This thing's blocked solid. couple of water jets. Happy days. It's just strut now, isn't it? That bolt followed by that bolt will mean that this falls through this hole, and that's this bit. And then that bolt there, you undo, you take it all out, you change this bit, put a new one in, and then rebolt it back up. Couldn't be simpler. It's going to be an absolute ball ache, no doubts, but I'm just going to crack on with it. And I'll update you when it's out. They can get a bit funny, these, and spring compressors and, you know, brain damage and stuff. And anyway, okay, let's crack on. This is turning out to be an absolute pig of a job. On your own, it's not easy. You need to be able to push this down and push this down and move this at the same time. You need to be Dr. Octopus, whoever that is. Now, I'm finding it a lot more difficult because when the spring is cracked, one of the coils has gone underneath this cup and it's pretty much stuck. I mean, I can move it, I've moved it a little bit then, but it is pretty much stuck. It's sort of sandwiching it between the bottom of the strut and this thing here. So I'm going to do something which you definitely shouldn't. Okay. Fortunately for me, I am an expert on cutting coil springs, and that went very well. Now hopefully I can fish this bit of bloody coil spring out. It's just been plaguing my existence. Oh, even now it's stuck. Oh, that horseshoe looking thing was stopping play. But yeah, this is a pig. I'm gonna oh, it's moving so much easier now. Okay, leave it with me because I don't want you to see this. It could get ugly. Okay, after removing that coil spring that was keeping it all together, wasn't too bad, but still not a particularly nice job at all. Right, we've got to go over there and just pray to God that this thing separates without breaking anything, because it's a bit old. I probably should have been less tight and bought a strut as well. Saying that though, the spring was 16 quid. I like to save money where I can, you know. Sorry, £14.93 plus that. Nice shiny new spring. Pretty good, eh? Spring compressors? I think so. Oh look, it's a brushless 20,000 RPM set of spring compressors. Don't do that at home. I'm a professional, of course. Right, so now it's going to be nice and easy to unbolt, and I don't have to worry about killing myself or smashing all my fingers to pieces with a set of spring compressors. Is that bolt going to undo though? That is the question. All the other bolts were hideous. Would you like to see some? This more round than it should be nut was from I don't know, one of the bolts. And that castellated nut there was just an absolute nightmare. Rusty. Am I going to use it again though? Of course. Oh, come on. Finally, some good luck coming my way. I'll leave that nut inside there. Okay, that's nice and straightforward. Well, let's leave all that like that. Various pieces of spring. Yeah, it just sits flat like that. Perfect candidate for for cutting. I mean, yeah, great, okay. See how I can't now attach that bolt to the top? We're going to need to use the spring compressors. Cool. As you can see, we're now in. I can get the nuts on there, which is the name of the game. And then give it one of these. Lovely. And then we're going to take these off now, and hopefully it'll all stay together, which would be nice. And not split apart and, well, be sad. Surely there's a better way. You know, it's however, whatever it is, 2019. Fantastic. I'm going to throw all this back together then, I suppose. Look how happy she is now she's had a hip replacement. Amazing. And I've even started to put the wheels back on. We are on the vinegar strokes. I can feel this thing coming off the lift imminently. This is all nice. You can still see the outline and stuff there, but I'm going to rub it down and buff it and it'll look amazing. Trust the process. Just painted this bit of the sill, painted all the sills all the way across. Looks super tidy. And let's do the big reveal. Oh yeah, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. A million times better than it was, isn't it? And once I've buffed that all up, it'll look sound. And buffed the rest of the car up. Right, let's drop her down off the ramp. She's one happy little car. Do you reckon, how do you reckon this is going to go then? I think we should hook up a couple of cameras and hit the road. And you know, it's glorious sunshine. I'm only joking, it's 14 degrees and completely overcast. I've never been this cold in June before. Right, let's hit the road. Let's roll. Okay. Plenty of smoke out the exhaust, and that's how we like it. Oh my god, you forget how good these things are to drive. It's felt fast as well, felt really fast. What gorgeous noise. I accidentally bounced off the limiter in first as well. Whoops. Not bad for its first trip out. Oh, this is cool as. Right, what's it like? Steering wheel slightly off centre, which is annoying, so I'm going to have to sort that. Might take it somewhere fancy for the tracking. A couple of slow coaches in front of me. Feels nippy though, it does feel nippy. I hope they can squeeze us in for an MOT either this afternoon, which is doubtful, or tomorrow morning first thing. That'd be amazing. I really hope they can, and God, I hope it passes. But if it doesn't, we've already done a lot of the work that it would have needed, so whatever it is, I'm sure we can, you know, do some work on it and get it through. Touch wood. Where's wood? Is that wood? My head? I don't know. I've got the feeling brakes, possibly, just because it's been sat for so long. Oh, something just made a cracking noise. Hopefully that that was that suspension settling. It's fantastic! If that speedo is correct, this thing's rapid as well. Oh my god! That is... I know I said MX-5s are slow, but this one's potentially a little bit less slow maybe. We'll have to get the mobile phone speedo app out and see exactly how accurate that speedo is. That exhaust note. No wonder it's got a Ferrari badge on the steering wheel. Practically is one. Oh, giving those brakes a real scouse service and then not good. Italian tune-up is maybe needed a bit more than I thought. Got a feeling it might want brakes. Should have put disc and pads on it all round really, but didn't necessarily have the time. Maybe I had the time. I probably did have the time. Just a bit tight. Don't like spending money. Oh, it sounds really good. Loves that limiter though, doesn't it? Just testing, making sure things work, you know, and they do. You're not going to believe this, I don't believe this, but Rob's squeezing me in for a test now. How amazing is that? I hope it passes. My efficiencies on the brakes, he says, you know, we might tighten it, you know, some bits we can do just on the handbrake. I'm worried about more than anything. Foot brake feels okay now, but I guess we're going to find out. All the way. Handbrake on? Handbrake off, yeah. Off? Off. Leave it running? No, chuck it off a second, let's get all the details and then lock up. It passed! Come on! I don't believe it. I've got an MOT on my Mazda. I don't believe it. I don't know what to do. It never happens. I got an MOT while I was waiting, and Cheryl made me a cup of tea, and I got a passed MOT. This has never happened before. I don't know what to do. I could go home in this. This is my car now. I've rescued it. Welcome back to life, little Mazda. What a journey. Right, I need to get inside and have a big old tidy, because tomorrow is all about making this thing look like it sounds. Oh, I'm absolutely made up. And not only that, could this day get any better? Look what Rob gave me. Rob from A51, the MOT tester. He gave me a Napa racing hat. Oh, yeah! Could wear this when I'm driving my... In fact, I'm going to wear this when I drive my MX-5. My fast little MX-5. And I'm pretty sure it has got an LSD. I'm pretty sure because I had to go and make the brakes a bit cleaner with the trade plates on and just do, you know, just do one of those. And I got enthusiastic a couple of times, and yeah, it goes sideways really well. Everybody should have an MX-5. They're brilliant cars. Right, I'm gonna have a tidy up, and then I'll see you in the morning. Rain's picked up quite badly, but I'm again playing with my microphone. But also, this Lambert & Butler umbrella, it's very useful, isn't it? In order to sort of talk to the camera whilst in the rain. And it's a bit annoying, isn't it? The day that the convertible gets an MOT, starts raining so heavily, and it feels like the kind of rain that's set in, you know what I mean? I can't see any blue sky for miles. Anyway, how does the audio quality sound? Why is it hailstoning? Why? What have I done to deserve this? I want to... What? Welcome to the next day, and welcome to bloody England. Britain, I suppose. Ireland, Wales and Scotland are like this, I think. Anyway, today is about making this car look nice. So, let's start with the interior. The hail's stopped and the sun's come out. That's nice, isn't it? I don't want to sort of speak too soon as well, but this has been one of my favourite sort of resurrections today. I took this car home last night. God, what a huge amount of fun. I've also recorded a few 0 to 60s with the Tower of Power. So we'll go through those shortly. So there's a speaker inside here where your head goes. When you turn that thing up there though, the speaker goes... and it's really annoying because it's right next to your head. So apparently Rob told me you just unzip them and change the speaker. This is really easy to do when you're holding a camera. Oh, there you go. Ooh, what's inside? Oh my god, it's got... Oh wow, okay, interesting. Has someone upgraded the speakers? That's a JVC unit. Is that one even attached anymore? I don't know. But that, I mean, I've not got a replacement for that. I need to find out which one's blowing. Annoyingly, I have to do this off camera because if YouTube picks up any songs, it will throw a right hissy fit. Although that one does look really blown. Look at it, it's not even attached anymore. So we'll use Gary Davis's talking to show you.
Sheffield Cafe. They call you. All right, love. Oh my god. Good.
Can you see that? Can you hear that?
On BBC,
really, really annoying.
Me were given a free hug.
So yeah, that one is still attached, and this one is as well. And I think we're looking at a high-low situation, which is awesome. Great upgrade. I need to remove this one and put the new one in, and we'll see if it still makes a horrible noise. That's the old one, I don't know if you can tell, and that's the new one. Proper upgrade this though. Look at the crappy little magnet on the back of that. Look at this big kahuna. Real nice bit of kit that. I'm hoping this makes a big difference and I'll have wicked tunes. Of course though, it now doesn't fit in the little plastic box. Why nothing straightforward? I'm going to have to like make some holes in this or something. I'm going to have to do something. Using those specialist tools, I've just cut this bit out the side of this and now it fits, look, which is great. So I'm going to screw all that back together and then we'll test it. That one over there sounds amazing. Nice job. This one over here is blown as well. So I need to get this one out. Look, it's all broken. And then yeah, that's a nice job done, isn't it? And then we can start getting the scrubbing brushes out, I think. The first thing I've got to contend with is the seats and bits of carpet and stuff, everything that's a fabric. And for that, I've got this old thing that I found in a car ages ago, high foam interior shampoo. It's really good. So I'm gonna coat everything, all the stains and stuff, with a load of this, get the drill brush on it, and try and like make it nice, and then we'll get the wet vac and we'll suck it all out. And hopefully they'll be like dead nice after that, and clean and not full of dust and bad things that are gonna make me ill. To give it that sort of extra helping hand of wetness as well, this is just a bit of interior shampoo. Or multi-purpose cleaner, if you like. Tidy! All the seats have been wet vacked. I need to just dry vac around them, get in and out in between down there behind them. I've also wet vacked all up inside there, which is really nice. You could live in there, couldn't you, if you were a borrower? I've managed to move it outside so the seats can dry better. We're having a brief period where it's not hail stoning. This is strange, isn't it? So this is all the stuff that I've pulled out of the Eunos, and there's like, in fact there's a worrying amount of screws and nuts and bolts and things, isn't there? Why is there so many there? I've had a look and like everything seems to be attached, but there's some really worrying, look like, is that a seat bolt, you know? Anyway, it doesn't seem to need them. Fantastic for stock though. Going to enjoy filtering these into the parts department. Nobody wants a dirty knob, do they? just turned up from TGB. Interior is looking dead nice. I'm actually going to, I've ordered my cup holder for that, which is going to cover that bit of brown, which is fine. I'm going to take this off, rub it down and paint it, because it's really sad, and I have got some black plastic paints which will work wonders for that. Everything else though has come up dead nice. Really pleased. We're going to both get the buffers on this car now. So I'm going to do the back, rub down my archwork and sort of get all that polished up. I mean, you can hardly even see it, can you? And then you're going to start on the front?
Crack on with that, mate.
Cool, right.
Nice and red again.
Trusty BMW screwdriver. Everything on this car is like Phillips screws as well, which is so good. I love it. I love this Mazda. I might look for more little Japanese cars. I like doing the MR2, but I don't know, being an automatic, I didn't have like loads of love for it. Whereas this, I do have a bit of love for. So, I'd like to do a Subaru Impreza maybe. That'd be good fun, wouldn't it? Right, I'm going to sand this down, give it a paint. Really getting there with this thing now. Mark's just doing the back bumper. But yeah, it's starting to look nice. Now, and look at those as well. You can't even tell, man. Where's it been painted? You just can't, it's just amazing. Anyway, I don't want it to fade to pink straight away. I'd like to have a little bit of time with it, a shiny red. So Mark's got an idea for a coating, but what we need to find out is whether or not it's going to react with panel wipe. So we want to use the panel wipe to take any of the polish residues off, because we want the product that we're going to use, which Mark will talk us through, to stick. But again, I am worried about this thing just turning pink again instantly. But we'll try on a couple of bits. So we'll just do this little corner here. Oh. Yeah, it's not like the plastic, is it? It's not like the metal, but
So it starts reacting, doesn't it? It starts oxidising it again.
straight away.
Yep.
Can we not coat over it?
It's just, we can coat over it, but the thing is, obviously, you've got polish residue on there.
So as soon as
The
you wash
polish,
it,
well, the polish residue just, or the polish that's on there just doesn't last as long as a wax or a ceramic.
got you.
So essentially the polish will degrade and come off the car and take whatever coating's on there off with it. So you can put it on and it will lock it in for a little bit, but
Will putting the coating on make that any better, or do we need to go over that again?
yeah, I mean, I'll have to polish that again basically. I don't think coating will make any difference with that.
Okay.
So
I mean, it's all right on the paintwork.
yeah, and this is the thing, it reacts differently. I mean, we had the fiberglass sort of shell of a VW camper, and that was reacting with it.
So anything plastic, stay away from, but bodywork wise.
Paintwork, so long as it's obviously not been sort of badly sprayed, then you might find that if it's got clear coat, it should be okay. So, or not clear coat, but if it's got decent paint, it shouldn't react the same. But you know, we've seen obviously that ring changing colour. Already, so we'll.
What do you reckon we should do then? What's the stuff that we're going to put on it? Ceramic coat would be nice.
Yeah. If we went with either a 1 or 2 year, they have good filling capabilities as well. So obviously any of the swirls that's still there, it will start sitting into them. And we can go down that route. They're the quickest to cure, so obviously they'll be cured within sort of an hour basically.
But we've got to panel wipe the whole thing.
Ideally.
So it's either that or we just chuck a load of super resin on it. Just
super resin or like a spray wax and keep it kind of topped up with a wax.
Yeah.
But ultimately,
because I'm just looking at that and I think that's starting to. That's obviously metal, and I don't know if that's starting to go from the panel wipe.
Well, to be honest, the bottom of these, none of them came up that great around the bedding there.
I wouldn't want to undo all of our hard work in the last few hours. What do you reckon? What do you think?
At this point, I'd probably go with a 1 year ceramic, because that's the quickest to apply, quickest to sort of set and everything.
This number plate surround is one of the only bits that sort of really let the car down in terms of whiteness and fading now, and it doesn't look very nice. I don't think it'd take me very long to paint that with the last of my rattle can that I bought. Should we give it a go? Just started to panel wipe, ready for this ceramic coating, and the panel wipe is fading it almost straight away. I don't know if you can see that. It's not massively noticeable, but it, you know, when you're in person here rather than on the camera, it looks, yeah, you can definitely see it in the light more, I think. But yeah, so not ideal. So we've had a chat, and I think the best thing to do is to just wax it. Big wax coating.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
It's just going to be a waste of ceramic to put it on if we can't take the polish residues off, because the ceramic just won't bond.
Yeah.
So.
And then I'll have to keep up with it with super resin, which is fine. It's cool. So we'll do that then. Light dustings because it's going to be Reaction City. Haven't masked the boot lock obviously, but here's what it is. Cheating a bit with a hot air gun, but time's money, you know. Accidentally got a bit of panel wipe on this back bumper, so I'm going to have to give that a quick buff now. But look at that back panel now. Oh my god, another epic sharp repair. So there we are then. The little MX-5, believe it or not, is complete. And just by some twist of fate, the sun's come out. There was hailstoning this morning. Incredible. So, what do we know? Well, it's come up a tree. It's probably going to be pink again before we know it, but it has come up a tree. I'm over the moon with it. It's a cracking little addition. What do you think? So good. So for any of you interested in facts and or figures, this car allegedly is supposed to have 130 horsepower from Japan and a top speed of roughly 180 miles an hour. Now, this car feels like it's got that 130, if not more. It goes like a stabbed rat. It goes really, really well, and that is coming from someone who has had 3 other MX-5s, and this is definitely the quickest one out of the other 3. And the last one I had was a Mark 2.5, I think. It's supposed to weigh 980 kilograms. That's 1,980 kilograms with me in it, of course. But, you know, power to weight ratio wise, I don't know how to work that out. But if you do, let us know, because it's pretty good. It must be pretty good, power to weight wise, because it feels like, well, it feels like the badge staring right back at me, like a little Ferrari. So look, there's not a lot to sort of say that hasn't already been said. This has been one of my favourite resurrections, and the guy that I bought the car from, Doug, if you're watching, thank you so much for selling it to me. Thank you so much for sending me that email when I dropped my little letter through your letterbox, because the car's back on the road and it feels happy, it feels good, it feels like it's where it wants to be, you know. Now I'm really taking the long way home purely just to enjoy this thing. I might even go for a bit longer of a spin, although I've got quite a lot of editing to do tonight before I get this video out to you tomorrow. And it has been a great little adventure. But let's not forget what this thing looked like and what this thing was like when I picked it up. Just look at it now. What a transformation. What an incredible, incredible transformation. To drive as well, there's just nothing wrong with it. It just drives perfectly. The steering wheel's maybe a tiny little bit out, but that's it. I can really live with that. So look, this is all very well and good, but what did it cost to get here, and how much work was involved to get this little MX-5 from what it was to where it is right now? And more importantly, how did it do on the Tower of Power? So the car cost me £525, which is a bargain, to be fair, but it needed loads of work. And you've got to bear in mind when I'm going through these costs now that the hidden cost is 9 days of work. The Schultz was £22.80. The oil and filter was £37. The battery was £67.43p. This is all including VAT, by the way. Expensive, that battery, isn't it? The wiper blades were £9.57, all including VAT again. The coil spring was £17.28p. The MOT was £40. The headrest speakers were £28.91p. The clutch slave cylinder was £23.90. The rattle can of paint was £13.99. The cup holder, that hasn't arrived yet, but it will do, is £7.99 for a little 3D printed one. The coil pack and leads is going to set me back roughly £175. I've borrowed Rob's for now until I order some. So the total for the little Eunos Roadster Resurrection, I've got that car on the road for 12 months plus 30 quid a month tax, £969. £969. What an incredible bargain. And yeah, I appreciate we've used some consumables as well, like, you know, brake pipe, and we've used a bit of oil, you know, brake fluid and welding wire and sheet metal and stuff. But yeah, under £1,000. And you've got yourself one of those on the road. Get on eBay now, look for one. Great cars. So what do you think then? Nice car. Nice car. And very inexpensive. But yeah, I'm really going to enjoy sort of nipping around in this during the summer. Nice little thing. I'm glad I've done it. The Spitfire is a lovely little convertible, but this is just, you can live with this a little bit more. A few more creature comforts, you know. Where do you think it got? Where do you think it went? The clue is it's somewhere around here, because obviously space-wise on the board, it's in between one of these. It's not down there with the Rover P4 from 1962 that did it in 17 seconds. The MX-5 did it. This is its closest competition, Japanese red sports car. The MX-5 did it in 9 seconds. 0.05. The second fastest car on the board is my Eunos Roadster. And I put that down to a couple of things, right? That LSD, if you're doing a fast get up and go, it works wonders. You get a bit of and then it's gone. You know, it just rockets it. If second gear was a tiny bit longer and you didn't have to change into third, you'd smash it, like, you know. It's a great little car. Great little car. Really impressed with that. It's nippy. It's a fast little thing. It's a fast, fun little MX-5, little Miata, little Eunos. Whatever you call it, they're all brilliant. And look, I've really enjoyed this, and thank you for coming on this lovely little journey with me. And you know, if you haven't subscribed, hit the button. It would really help me, and you'll see whatever it is I choose next. I don't know what, you know, I don't know what's coming out next. I've got a few. There's going to be a Ford Capri episode soon. The Capri, we're looking at sort of 1 episode a month on that. I think it's a slow burner. I do not want to rush that car. Don't want any pressure. Don't want to rush it. You know, the Capri will come soon. There's a few cars outside that are due episodes. The truck, the Panhard, the Frontera, the Spitfire. They're all due episodes. The Sunbeam. We could do that next, couldn't we? Should we do the Sunbeam next? Okay, let's do that. I'll see you next time. Bye.